What's up, boys? Today, I will be talking about my UFC Perth main card predictions for the fight night in Perth, and I'm pretty excited. This is a very stacked fight night card, and to be honest, I think could be one of the best main events of the year, JDM versus Carlos Prates. We know we're getting with Carlos Prates. He's got the one-shot KO power, and we know what we get with JDM, former champ, one of the best in the welterweight division. And it's going to be a brawl Saturday night, and I can't wait. Well, actually, it's going to be Saturday morning for me and us in the U.S. So big fight, can't wait. Let's go down and start with Tai Tuivasa versus Louis Sunderland. Tai Tuivasa versus Louis Sunderland. I'm gonna go with Tai Tuivasa. You know, his first fight, he's on a 6-fight losing streak. He's getting this win. He's gonna do Shui on top of the cage, and yes, we will be rooting for Tai Tuivasa this Saturday. And man, Tai Tuivasa, he's going to get this win. If he's going to get a win in front of his home crowd, it's got to be against Louis Sunderland, who might be the worst heavyweight on the roster. He's got to win. Who else is there that Tai Tuivasa can beat besides Louis Sunderland? It's perfect. Tai's got to get that win in front of the home Aussie crowd. It's got to happen. Next fight on the card is Brando Perisic versus Shamil Gaziev. This is a great fight between two strong heavyweights, powerful, both very powerful men, you know. Perisic, I don't know how to say his name. Brando Perisic. City kickboxing guy. Great kickboxing. Strong. Gaziev, Shamil the Blob. We know who's winning this fight. Brando Perisic is definitely getting that KO victory over Shamil Gaziev. I don't know how Shamil Gaziev's ranked, to be totally honest. I really don't rate him highly. He's not a good fighter. And he's going to get knocked out Saturday. Let's go on to the next fight. Next fight on the card is Marwan Rahiki versus Ali Schmid. On short notice, Ali Schmid coming in. I'm going with Marwan Rahiki. This is going to be a good fight from him. I'm going to go by decision. I'm not going to say he's going to finish him. But, Rahiki, really good prospect. He just broke that one guy's jaw who got leg kick TKO'd. I'm not forgetting his name off the top of my head, but I think this is going to be a very simple fight for Rahiki where he'll walk him down, get a 30-27 decision. Not my favorite fight on the card, but the next three fights are absolute bangers. So we'll go with Marwan Rahiki by decision. Next fight on the card, Tim Elliott versus Steve Erceg. Tim Elliott, friend of the channel. Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott is getting this win by submission over Steve Erceg in Australia. Steve Erceg is the home crowd favorite, yeah, of course, but I don't know why there's so much hype around him, you know. He lost to Brandon Moreno. He lost to Alessandro Pantoja. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. In a kind of a robbery against Ode Osborne, you know. I don't really rate Steve Erceg highly. He's a good fighter. I like the guy, but I don't think he's going to get this win over Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott, I think he's going to get Crafty Vet submission win this Saturday. Crafty Vets, you know, Aljo, big win over Joseph Zalal. Was that last weekend? I think it was last weekend. That was a great fight by Aljo. I was really happy for him. Tim Elliott, Crafty Vet victory, I think is going to happen this Saturday. So we're going Tim Elliott with a submission victory over Steve Erceg this Saturday. And I'm pretty excited for that fight. Next fight on the card. The fight I'm most excited for. Quinlan Salkild versus Dariush. Dariush, I think I can knock him out. The guy's got no chin. He's old. Quinlan Salkild will walk in there and knock him out based off the glove touch. I'm pretty sure everyone that is not a Dariush fan or a Dariush family member knows he's getting knocked out this Saturday. Quinlan Salkild, what do we got to say? You know, the guy is a great talent. He's crazy everywhere the fight goes. He's great on the ground, great striker. This guy is an amazing all-around fighter, and I think he can do whatever he wants to Dariush this Saturday. I don't think he's going to submit him. Dariush is a good wrestler. Dariush will start off with some nice leg kicks like he did against BSD, but overall, he might even get some control. But Renato Moicano, who I think might be one of the worst strikers at 155, dropped Dariush at 317. Of course, Quinlan Salkild's going to drop Dariush. I'm going to go first round knockout. This should be a pretty simple victory for Quinlan Salkild, but these crafty vets have been going crazy lately. But I don't think this crafty vet can get a win over the young buck and Quinlan Salkild. Home crowd victory for Quinlan Salkild in Perth. Let's go on to the main event. We know who's winning this fight. JDM is getting the victory this Saturday in front of his home crowd in Australia. To me, I think JDM is one of the best fighters in this division. Now, of course, I think it would be better for the division if JDM loses the Saturday, but I'm going to go with what my gut says. I'm going to say JDM gets the victory by decision. If there's a knockout in this fight, it's going to be Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates can find the chin of JDM. He found the chin of Leon. That's never happened before. He found the chin of a lot of other fighters, but when it came into the big clutch moments, he didn't find the chin of Ian Gary. He did in the 5th round, but, in my opinion, Ian still won the fight over 4 rounds. You can give a round to Carlos. Is JDM really going to get knocked out in the 5th round at his home crowd stadium? I don't think so. I think that this fight, JDM's going to do his thing. He's going to win for over 5 rounds. I might even be shocked if Carlos Prates wins a round. Carlos Prates is very easily controllable. You can push him back to the fence, get a nice victory, go home, do your thing. And I think this is going to be a pretty easy fight for JDM. JDM's a really good fighter. We know how he fights. But how I would love to see Carlos Prates win is win by knockout. But I'm going to go with JDM to win. JDM's a much stronger fighter, wrestling-wise as well. So he can even take the fight down if he wanted to. And I think he'd have success over Carlos. Ian did. But he's going to probably keep his boxing and striking. I think that Muay Thai-wise, Carlos Prates is one of the best in the UFC. And he could find that chin very simply. If he locks in, the chin can be exposed for JDM. We've never seen it tested. But I feel like having the not threat of the grappling is going to really easily take a little bit of a threat off of JDM's back. And he's going to be in flow state. I'm going JDM by decision. And wrapping this fight night up pretty perfectly for the Aussies. JDM by decision. Quillen Salkill by knockout. Tim Elliott by submission. Crafty vet victory. There's the first Aussie off the card that didn't win. Then Rahiki beating another, I think Schmidt's New Zealand. That would make sense. He's fighting out of City Kickboxing. Pericic beating Gaziev. He's Kiwi, New Zealand. And then Tai Tuivasa getting the knockout, hitting the shoey on top of the cage, and I think he should retire. Probably knowing him, he won't. Hit a shoey, win the fight by knockout. And I'm pretty excited for this Perth card. This is an awesome fight card. I think we're getting ready to be prepared for a really nice fight card. Some prelims are pretty nice, but they're at 4 a.m. on the East Coast, and I'm not waking up to watch at 4 a.m. to watch some bums. But they're not really bums on the prelims, but I'm not waking up at 4 a.m. to watch some prelim fights. We're waking up at 7 a.m. Eastern, watching this fight card. I'm pretty excited, pretty hyped for this fight card. I know a lot of my boys at school are. Shout out Geometry Period 9. I know y'all wanted the shout out, so here it is. Yeah, let's go. Perth card, let's go.